this video, we will continue with integration of exponential functions. You will find this on page 518 in the Namibian AS-Level Mathematics textbook Y equals mx plus c to success. In the previous video, we were looking at an indefinite integration. Now we're just going to look at a definite integration. Can you see between 2 and 0, between ln 2 and 0? Okay, we do exactly the same. We're first going to integrate. Okay, so it's negative 1 over 3 because that's negative 3. Okay, and then it's between 2 and 0. And then we substitute the 2 and then we substitute the 0. Now just take note, I just swapped the places. Anything to the power of 0 is 1, so that's the third. And then this one, there's the negative. I just bring it down and I just leave it like that. That is more simplified than working it out to 3 significant figures. Okay. If I look at this one, okay, I do exactly the same. I'm first going to integrate, then it's ln, then I substitute the ln. Okay, and then don't forget that 2, it goes up, that rule, so it's 2 to the power 2, which will then be 4. Okay, and this is going to be 0. And now, don't forget, in this base, can you still remember, it's going to be e, that's it, ln, e, 4, and that was the rule coming from chapter 7. Then it will just be 4. Did you see there? I just want to check if you can see it on the calculator. So let's just say Shift E. Let's make a bracket and then say ln 4. Ln 4, close the bracket, equal. Excellent. You can press it on the calculator also. Press E and then it's actually that Shift and then going to the ln, the top. Okay, E. And then just press ln 4 and then you will get 4. Okay, and then we simplify, that's 1, and we get 15 over 2. Okay. Let's look at the examples. I want you to stop the video. I want you to do number 1C. That's going to be the first one. And then I also want you to do number 4. Again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Number 1C. Okay, there's the integration. 2 and 0, e to the power of x minus e to the power of 3x squared dx. Okay, this is very, very important. I gave you this one. Remember, you cannot square in. There's 2 terms inside. You can also not do it unless you multiply out this bracket. So we're basically going to keep that and we're going to multiply it out. Now, can you still remember how we multiply it out? I think in this case, I can do the short, but I think it's better if I'm going to do the long. Okay, so let's just do it here on the side, the 2 brackets. Ex minus e 3x. Okay, let's just go back. Ex minus e 3x. Okay, let's multiply. So if I multiply, I keep the base and I add. X plus x is 2x. Okay. If I multiply, I keep the base and it's a negative, e, and 3x plus x, that's going to be 4x. If I multiply, I keep the base, 3x plus x is 4x. And a negative times a negative is positive e, and then it's going to be 3x plus 3x, and that's 6x. And then that's going to be e to the power 2x. Do you see that this is so? It's negative 2e 4x plus e 6x. So really make sure that you first get this correct. Okay, so I didn't integrate yet. I just multiplied out. And then it's going to be, okay, now I can start. Okay, we write this bracket, and then this is 1 over 2 e to the power 2x minus 2, and this is going to be 1 over 4 e to the power 4x plus 1 over 6 e to the power 6x, okay? And then, let's just quickly see, and then I'm just going to write 2 and 0. Okay. So basically, if I'm going to simplify this is now going to be my answer. So let's just simplify it a little bit further before we substitute. I think this one is all right. Maybe this one, it can be negative a half e to the power 4x plus 1 over 6 e to the power 6x, and it's 2 and 0. Okay, we substitute. So it's a half e, and then it's 2, and it's 2, minus a half e, 4, and it's 2, plus 1 over 6 e, 6, and it's 2. And please don't always think it's minus 0, especially with e. If you substitute, it's going to be a half e to 0 minus a half e for 0 plus 1 over 6 e 6, 0. Okay. Now, if I simplify this, let's just do this. This is going to be a half e to the power of 4 minus a half e to the power of 8, okay, plus 1 over 6 e to the power of 12, okay. And this, if I simplify this, it's going to be minus, okay. So this is going to be a half e to the power of 0 minus a half e to the power of 0 plus 1 over 6 e to the power of 0. So basically, okay, so this 2 will cancel out. Do you see? This is 1. So it's basically just going to be a half e to the power of 4 minus a half e to the power of 8 plus 1 over 6 e to the power of 12 minus that 1 over 6. And that is going to be my answer. Okay, I can press it on a calculator if they say correct to 3 significant figures. Otherwise, I can just leave it like that. Okay, that was number 1C. So please, especially that multiplying out, make sure you're doing it correct. Okay, now we go for number 4. Okay. Okay, let's do number 4. Find, okay, and now I'm just going to again, so it's a, don't forget, a and 0. And then it's going to be e to the power negative x, and make it a bit bigger if you can see, plus 6 e to the power negative 3x, and don't forget it's dx. So find where a is a positive constant. Okay, again I'm going to start by the okay, so it's going to be okay, it's like that. Okay, but you could have just said negative 1. But e to the power negative x, okay, I'm first just putting brackets, so negative a third, e to the power negative 3x, okay, and it's going to be dx. No, I already integrate, sorry. So I can just go and say a and 0. Okay, so this is, I'm just making it a little bit more simple. So e to the power negative x, this is going to be, oh, it's positive, but a negative, and it's going to be 2 e to the power of negative 3x. Okay, and it's a and 0. Okay, so it's going to be negative e, and this is going to be a minus 2e negative 3a. Okay, minus, okay, now I just have to simplify and put the 0 in. Don't always think it's 0, especially with e. So it's negative 0 minus 2e negative 3, 0. Okay, actually this bracket was unnecessary there. Already substitute. Okay, so basically, if I'm, okay, let's just go keep this one first. Negative e negative a minus 2e negative 3a. Okay, now this is, it's negative e, so can I just, I want to just take another pen. So it's negative e 0 minus 2e 0. So it's negative 1 and negative 2. Do you see? Because that is negative 1 and that is like that. So it's like negative 3. So it's going to be that negative 1 minus 2. Okay. Keep it like that. Now I can just bring it down and I can say, okay, this is negative. To make it positive, 1ea minus 2. To make it positive, e3a. And this is negative 3 and multiply, so plus 3. Okay. And that is my integrated answer. Now I go on. Deduce the value of. Now you always have to check. Do you see that this is the same as this? So I can just basically use that answer now. So it's almost, I have the answer. I can just show you number B. It's to infinity, and that's why I'm doing it for you. And then it's going to be e minus, this is exactly what I integrated, sorry. E minus 3x. Okay, but I got, so I used the answer I got. The answer I got was that, okay, it's negative because that's why they let you first do it. Okay, plus 3. And the answer was, this is now infinity and 0. And now I substitute. Okay, so if I substitute, then it's going to be negative 1 over e to infinity minus 2 e. Okay, and it's free if infinity. And it's going to be plus 3. Okay, now I want you to go back to page 338, and I'm going to write it here in the textbook, page 338. I just gave you a glimpse. Infinity is not in the syllabus, but just a glimpse to help you a little bit. And I think it was with the improper integrals. Now, the same is there. You must go in that table on page 338 and just check what I said. If you have x over infinity, doesn't matter what, then it's always equal to 0. So basically, because this is infinity, you end up with a number over infinity, a number over infinity. So basically, you end up and you get this every time, 0, you can say minus 0, plus 3. But my final answer will just be 3. And it's coming from that statement. So this is just going to be 1 over infinity, 2 over infinity, because as soon as you multiply this, you're also going to, and on that table, I just want to quickly control, if you multiply with infinity, 3 times infinity, okay, so it was, if it's 2 times infinity, it's infinity. If it's 2 times negative, it's negative infinity, but it stays the infinity if you multiply. Okay, so that basically just becomes 0, and your final answer is